Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought it would be fun to take a look at what your dreams are trying to tell you. So I will try to provide as much clarity as possible about some messages you might be seeing in your dreams. So if you've been having like strange or cryptic dreams lately, we'll take a look at what they might be trying to tell you. Or it could be the case that you haven't been having dreams at all and you just want to see what Spirit has to say. And that's totally cool too. We'll get whatever messages come out. I do want to say I've already done this topic on my Patreon, and I think that the video, it was really fun and interesting for me, so I thought that it would be nice to do it on YouTube as well. So with that said, please feel free to pause the video, pick whichever card is speaking the most to you, and let's get into today's reading. Hello Pile 1 and welcome to your reading where we're taking a look at what are your dreams trying to tell you. So you might have been having some weird or cryptic dreams lately, or seeing certain people or motifs you're not quite sure what it means, or you could not be having weird dreams at all and just kind of want to see what Spirit has to say, and that's totally okay. We will see whatever messages come out in the cards. I will try my very best to provide some clarity for you, and with that said, let's get into it. Pile 1, okay. Alright, we have, interesting, okay. We have the 7 of Wands, we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, what are Pile 1's dreams trying to, okay, we have the King of Wands, lots of Wands energy here. But I like the message so far. Let's get one more card. What are Pile 1's, okay. What are Pile 1's dreams? Okay, okay. And then we have, okay, the King of Swords, okay. So, yeah, some interesting messages here so far. And, I mean, it's the basic message here, talking about like a journey or a transition from a period of time where you may have felt like you really needed to kind of prove yourself and like fight for your right to be here, and feeling like maybe you were in competition with yourself or other people. Yeah, basically to kind of prove that you deserve to be where you are, fight for your place in the world, and there might have been some opposition or people who were working against you or sabotaging you, didn't want to see you succeed, or were doubting you in some way. And it's like kind of, you might have gone through a period of time where you really needed to kind of protect your energy from those types of people, and while at the same time proving to yourself and the universe and other people that you have what it takes to succeed. So that might have been, but the 6 of Wands, the basic message is that you've done it. You know, you like this, I think this mountain goat is some type of goat here, like standing on top, like you've done it. You know, like you've done it with the 6 of Wands, success. It talks about victory, it talks about recognition, being it's like where people might have been doubting you or sabotaging you, working against you, trying to attack you in some way. This is giving me kind of like crabs in the bucket type of energy, where there are certain people in this world who unfortunately don't want to see other people succeed because it makes them feel bad about themselves. You know, so they'll try to drag you back down to their level. That might have been an energy we're dealing with for a while. Then the 6 of Wands is like, I made it, you know, and now suddenly people are celebrating me versus trying to work against me or in competition with me. So that's a beautiful transition, a really nice energy. And then we have the King of Wands, King of Swords, and I think that this is also a very interesting message. So, and I will, like, this to me is saying you have proven yourself, and you are kind of stepping up and putting that crown on your own head, to put it that way. And you know, there's an interesting kind of energetic dichotomy between the King of Wands and the King of Swords. They do have similarities, but it's like talking to me about two sides of the same personality, and I think that's really interesting. So we will get into it. I do want to get your oracle card. Usually with this type of reading, I try to lay all the cards out, but I get excited about the message and just start talking, and then before I know it, like half the reading is over. But okay, so we have number 44, which says you are sacred. 44 it's a master number in numerology, and 4 is like a stable and safe number. It's associated with the Emperor in the tarot, and I think this is like 44 in particular, in terms of an angel number, is a message about spiritual protection. And with you, you are sacred, you are a divine being, and you are being spiritually protected, and it's being spiritually protected. And you, I think, also have been working really hard on protecting yourself in terms of establishing and setting healthy boundaries, not letting other people's negativity affect you and your drive and your ambition to continue to move forward. I think that's beautiful. That might be kind of like a life lesson that you are currently in the middle of integrating, which again is a really beautiful message. And there's also a message with this card that is important to recognize. And it's a message I would also associate with the Emperor, to be honest. It's important to recognize the things that are within your control and the things that are outside of your control. And there's a message about it's important to take personal responsibility for the things that are within your control, and then trying to let everything else kind of flow away, you know, and there's a certain element of surrender, trusting the universe, when you step up for yourself and step into your own personal power, that the rest of the blockages, delays, other people's energies, other people's negativities are going to fall away. They're going to become less important, and I think that is part of the message here. And there's with yours, this is also talking about the convergence of mind, body, and soul, and taking care of all three things. And I can see that being reflected here. Like, this is part of the journey you are on, is, you know, taking that personal responsibility for taking care of yourself in every aspect. And there's like messages about taking care of yourself energetically with the Seven of Wands, and taking care of yourself physically also, in terms of being very grounded. I think could be something that's associated with the King of Swords. Taking care of your physical body, however that, like whatever that means for you, however that resonates for you, and then taking care of your spiritual health as well. Again, I would definitely associate all of these things with the Seven of Wands. And there's also an associated message that definitely seeing in the progression here, and with your energy being represented by, like, we could say court cards in any type of reading could represent somebody else's energy. I think this represents your energy. This is an energetic transition from the Seven of Wands to the Kings of Wands and Swords. And as I was saying, putting that crown on your own head, there's a message with the You Are Sacred card, about stepping into your personal power and the knowledge that you are worthy, that your self-worth and self-esteem does not need to be earned. That yes, it's nice to receive recognition and validation from other people, for sure. It's very nice to have other people see us, recognize us for who we are, and celebrate our strengths with us and our achievements with us. But there's a message here that you don't need that in order to know that you are worthy of this. And this could even be saying, like, making a transition from feeling like you need to prove yourself to knowing that you don't. You know, like giving yourself that recognition, like giving yourself that the credit, the kudos, the acknowledgement, that you are a king, regardless of your gender. You know, this is energetically speaking. You are representing both the King of Wands and the King of Swords. That's an incredibly powerful dual energy there. And there's also a message with this card about shining your light and speaking your truth. And with the King of Wands, that to me is a more social energy. It's an energy of feeling excited about life and embracing all of the possibilities and opportunities, to connect with other people, to explore, to see what's out there, to go on adventures, to take calculated risks. Like the King of Wands is excited about life. And then we have the King of Swords, a more practical side, a more logical side, a little bit more strategic, less emotionally connected, but it's being balanced by the King of Wands. And I think that's really important. King of Swords, Swords also about communication. The King of Swords is a very clear and direct communicator, and definitely somebody who sets and enforces healthy boundaries, because they know that that is a very valid form of self-care, and it is. And so it's like I'm happy and excited to connect with people and to be social, and at the same time I am prioritizing protecting myself and my own energy. And I'm not going to, like the King of Swords, somebody doesn't take BS from anybody. You know, I love that. I love that. Like this is just such a great combined energy here. And it's like saying you don't need to be an authority figure in like the practical sense to be an authority figure in your own life, to take control and responsibility for your own self and your own life. That's, I think, one of the major messages here, and I think that's beautiful. And I think that even if you would identify as being still more in the Seven of Wands energy, there's reassurances here that you are on this path no matter what you do. This is your the part of your spiritual journey. This is your current lesson that you are learning and integrating, and you are going to get here because you're here, if that makes sense. Like this is the pathway laid out before you, and I think that that is a really positive message regardless. And in terms of, you know, the imagery on these cards, in terms of like specific things you might be seeing in your dreams, like specific situations in your dreams, you know, this is an important message from Spirit. But how it relates back to what your dreams are trying to tell you is there might be some animals you might be seeing in your dreams. We do have some type of goat. Again, I'm not great at like animal ID. It's some type of goat. Might be a mountain goat. There might also be Capricorn energy here as well, and then we have bird that kind of looks like a goose to me, like a Canadian goose, Canada goose. However, that resonates. And then this looks like a fox here as well. And then we have the lion here, obviously, with some roses, more like Leo energy there. And we have these look like bird feathers, and they also kind of look like icicles. So like anything that has to do with birds, particularly ravens as well, or like an icy motif. There might be like, you know, some bloodshed here as well. I don't know how that resonates. We have wands here and some leaves, like a forestry type of motif might also be. And these look like autumn leaves to me. So those might be some motifs that you're seeing in your dreams. And then we have kind of this nice sunset here, and then it looks like this woman's kind of made out of trees, has deep roots. So like the tree creatures or trees or forests might also be some imagery you've been seeing in your dreams. And in terms of like the themes of what might be happening in those dreams, again, like we're talking about, I need to prove myself. Yes, I've succeeded. And now I'm in a position of power. That would be kind of the theme that I'm seeing here. So it'll be up to you to kind of decide how that resonates for you. It could be that like the motifs and things that I'm describing are not relevant to the dreams that you've been having, but it could be that this message from Spirit is relevant to things that are going on in your life. So, you know, again, just it's a general reading. Take it however it resonates. And with that said, I think that is where I'm going to leave your reading. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope it's provided a little bit of insight or at least an encouraging message from Spirit for you. If you did like the video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below. Let me know how this resonated for you. If you like my videos, you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy shop where I am currently doing private readings. So if you're interested in either of those, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 1, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading where we're taking a look at what are your dreams trying to tell you. So you might have been having some like weird or cryptic dreams lately and wondering what do they mean. And so I will try to provide as much clarity as I can with what comes out in the cards about what Spirit might be trying to tell you with your dreams. Or you could be watching and not having any dreams at all lately and just kind of want to see what Spirit has to say, and that's cool too. You know, we'll see whatever comes out in the cards. And with that said, let's get into it. Our pile, 2 streams. Okay. Alright, we have the 7 of Cups. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Wands. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I get one more card. What are pile 2 streams? Okay. That's too many. Okay. 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 And then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. So there's a message here. And, you know, it'd be up to you to see how it resonates for you. If you find that, you know, as with any reading, it's a general reading. So if you find that it's not resonating for you, it could be that your answers are in a different pile, or the reading just isn't resonating for you, and that's okay too. But we have the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. This to me is talking about feeling confused. There is a potential opportunity for a new cycle. Spirit might be like really trying to draw your attention to an opportunity being represented by the Ace of Swords here, and like saying like it's time to step up in some way, and you might just be hesitating because there is some fear here, maybe a fear of the unknown or fear of the outcome, that might be holding you back or preventing you from feeling confident or secure moving forward, or just questioning, is this the right path? Is this the right thing? And I am getting the sense like your spirit guides, they're not judging you. They're not like that, but I am getting the sense that they're like, yes, like just saying yes over and over, like yes, we're urging you to do this. We want you to move forward, and then getting a sense of like hesitating, like kind of an idea where you know what your spiritual guidance is saying, but yeah, there's some fear or uncertainty that is preventing you from moving forward. So again, if that doesn't resonate for you at all and you have no idea what I'm talking about, this might not be the reading for you. If it does kind of resonate, then I would say that there's a lot of encouragement from Spirit here, that just taking any step forward is going to be a positive thing, because no matter what happens, whatever the outcome is, will provide you with more information. It's reminding me of something that my therapist once told me that it was really frustrating to hear at the time. I didn't want to hear it, but it turned out to be really good advice. I think that's why, I was so upset when she said it, because I was like, it makes sense. I don't want to admit that what you're saying resonates for me, but she was saying that, I can't think my way into doing something, and that for me really rang true, because I would be definitely in analysis paralysis, and they would get to a point where I was just like, showing up to therapy sessions and being like, well, I can talk about this thing for like 45 minutes to an hour, but I still haven't done it. You know what I mean? And so my therapist would just be like, well, is there value to analyzing it anymore, or do you just need to rip off the Band-Aid at this point, to put it that way? And again, that I recognize and validate that it's much easier said than done to take that step forward, but there is a definite encouragement here from Spirit that, again, moving forward in any way will provide you with more information that will help eliminate maybe some confusion or some fear or anxiety that you might be having. So I want to say that we are going to get your Oracle card. Okay. And we have Spirit of the West. It's number 33, which is a master number in numerology. It's also an angel number, and the number 3 is associated with joy, creativity, and I believe that the Spirit of the West is connected with the element of water. And water is, very much connected with our emotions. So there might be a message here, especially if you're feeling confused or overwhelmed. or just not sure how to move forward or whether you should move forward or which way to go, to really get in touch with your feelings. And, I did say it, like, you are being encouraged to move forward in some way. There is a message with the spirit of the West to, to get in touch with your feelings. Also, to take an opportunity to practice self-care and to rest if you need to rest. If now is not quite the right time to move forward, it's okay. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself, especially emotionally. And this card does have a tendency to show up when you're feeling confused or overwhelmed or really energetically burnt out. So that might be something that does resonate for you. And the number 3 is associated with the Empress, and being in an energy of receiving would also be something associated with this card. And that could even be, I do associate aces with opportunities and new beginnings. This could even be, the Ace of Swords could be related to a sudden epiphany or receiving some sort of divine knowledge. Like, there's a sort of truth. It's like saying, I'm feeling confused and overwhelmed. I'm receiving clarity. And if there is a part of the message that is, related to what I was picking up, that I think for a lot of you, it might not resonate for all of you. I think for a lot of you, you've received this, you have received this clarity, and yet there's hesitancy. And there is, as I said, the spirit of this is really giving you validation, saying, like, if you're not ready to move forward, you don't have to move forward. You are a human being, not a human doing. And if you don't have the energy right now, that's okay. But we have handed you some sort of clarity, So when you are ready, you will know how to move forward. To put it, I think is the way to express what I'm feeling here, because the Two of Wands can talk about potential. As we're looking at potential pathways, there's someone standing here kind of looking out at the horizon and thinking, what is out there for me? If I do X, will Y happen? Or like, what are the potential outcomes from any given course of action? Like, again, it's like, what is the potential out there for me? Should I go on this adventure? Should I receive this sort of truth? Am I ready to do this? It's kind of in that questioning phase, and that was what was drawing me to this message about maybe like analysis paralysis, because then the next card we have is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords can talk about fear, and it can talk specifically when we allow fears to hold us back from doing something. So it's usually a message that that comes with an encouragement or an urging from Spirit that something needs to be released. There's a fear, there's an anxiety, whatever it is that might be holding you back from taking, like this, again, this is the analysis planning stage, I think, of before we go on an adventure. If there's a step forward, grabbing the hilt of this sword and saying, okay, I'm ready to go forward, the Eight of Swords would say, but I'm not ready. I'm actually really scared to do this, because I don't know what the outcome's going to be, because I don't know if it's the right path, because I don't know if I can trust this clarity I've received, and so if that's the message, then the message on the Oracle card, the Spirit of the West, would be saying, it's okay to give yourself time to figure that out, to work through these fears, to do whatever emotional healing work might be important here, so that you can get to a place where you do feel confident moving forward. There is a point in time where we realize that we can't think our way out of a situation, and we just have to take an action. Like that point might come. But if you need to take the time to rest and figure out how you feel, you are being given full permission to do so. So I do want to say that then we're going to get into kind of some of the motifs here. And we have, on this card, we have some type of a lizard, maybe an alligator here. We have somebody who's wearing a mask, sort of hidden, hiding their identity, or some aspect of deception might be something that's appearing in your dreams. There's someone holding a skull, there's a castle in the background, so maybe some type of like fantastical imagery, fantasy related imagery might also be, or medieval imagery might also be showing up in your dreams. We do have a sword, so anything related to swords, fighting, conflict might be relevant there, and a crown, so something that has to do with royalty or authority. We have somebody overlooking, this looks like the ocean, rocky cliff, standing on a tower, might also be appearing in your dreams. And then again, more swords here, and somebody who is tied up and blindfolded. So, you know, feeling trapped or confined, or not having the use of one of your senses might be something that appears in your dreams. We have rain clouds, we have water, we have, this honestly looks like an underwater scene. So like maybe some kelp or other types of plants here. And those are some imagery or motifs might be showing up in your dreams. And then clouds here on the Ace of Swords as well, and clouds in the background here, and here actually, lots of cloudy kind of imagery. So that might be relevant. If it's not relevant, don't worry about it. You know, as I said, it's a general reading, so it could be that, you know, the message of the card resonates, but the imagery doesn't, and that's okay. And like in terms of the theme, that if there's like a narrative or a story going on in your dreams, it might be related to feeling confused or overwhelmed, receiving some sort of clarity or sense of purpose, questioning like, you know, if I do this, what is the outcome going to be? Should I go on this adventure? Should I take this clarity and move forward with it? And then feeling afraid. There's some being trapped, being captured maybe, and being unable to move forward. And there's some aspect of anxiety or fear here. So that might be like a theme of a storyline that's going on in your dreams. Again, if that's not quite resonating, it could be that this is just a message from Spirit of maybe something that you're currently going through or grappling with in your personal life, which is okay too. So you know, as always, take it however it resonates. And with that said, I think that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Hopefully it provided some insight or clarity for you, or maybe a little bit of reassurance, like you're not doing anything wrong. And, you know, and it could have been that you're totally not meant to move forward right now, and that maybe that was just an initial interpretation that I gave that absolutely doesn't resonate, and that's okay. You know, so as with any reading, take what you need and leave the rest. And so I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did like it, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below and let me know how this resonated for you. If you like my channel and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy store where I am currently doing private readings. So if you're interested in either of those, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 2, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 3, and welcome to your reading, where we are asking, what are your dreams trying to tell you? So if you've been having weird or cryptic dreams lately and you're wondering what they mean, what is Spirit trying to tell you, I will attempt to provide some clarity with the cards today. Or it could be that you're not having weird dreams or any dreams at all, and you just want to see what Spirit has to say, and that's totally okay too. We will see what comes out in the cards, and with that said, let's get into it. What are Pile 3's dreams trying to do? Okay. Alright, so we have the Two of Swords. Okay. Oop. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. What are... Okay. Alright. So yes, okay, so we have the Hermit. Our Pile 3's dreams trying to tell. Okay. Alright, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. So already right off the bat I have an idea of what the message is here, but we will get into it. And I do want to take your Oracle card just to get some additional context. But I think yeah, there's a definite story here. So we'll get into it. Let me get the Oracle card. Okay, we have River Woman, which I love. And so right off the bat, with the Two of Swords of the River Woman, if you need to take a break and take a step back emotionally from something, it is okay to do that. There is a message here and a reassurance with the River Woman that you can get through whatever is going on here. There might be something emotional. This card I would associate with standing in a river and letting the water flow past. It's like finding an inner stillness and inner peace when we feel like, we are not in control of something, or there's a lot of kind of emotional chaos going on. There's a reminder with this card that, well, you might not be able to see the whole picture of why certain things are happening or what the outcome is going to be, that Spirit does have the full view of your entire journey. It's, to use the metaphor of a river, if you're standing in a river, generally you can only see to the horizon, if there's like a fork, or if the river winds into a bunch of trees, it's like we can only see the part of the river that we're standing in, whereas Spirit can see the entire river system, and how everything flows together, and how everything works together, and how your life's path and life journey all fits together and flows in harmony. And so there's an element of faith and surrender to this card as well. And there's a reassurance with this card. You're exactly where you need to be. You're not doing anything wrong. And if it's helpful for you, maybe doing some meditation, journaling, like whatever thing you can do as an act of self-care, and anything that makes you feel grounded and helps you achieve a sense of calm and clarity, I think is really going to be helpful. So that's why I wanted to pull the Oracle card right away, so we could get some additional context. I think it is related to this Two of Swords. The Two of Swords can talk about standing at a crossroads, or feeling like you need to make some sort of decision or choice, and feeling like you don't have maybe enough information. And so there can be a message with this card like it's okay to pause, give yourself time to figure it out, and do whatever you need to do to get a little bit more clarity before moving forward. There's a message with this card. Usually it depicts somebody wearing a blindfold. So there is a message with this card to lean into your spiritual guidance, your inner guidance, your intuition, rather than your logical mind, because it could be that what logic is telling you to do might be in contrast to what your intuition is saying, and if that's the case, then it might be saying, okay, let's take a step back, get in touch with our inner knowing, our inner feelings here, because that might be something that Spirit is urging us to pay a little bit more attention to. So I want to say that. And then we have the Three of Cups and the Hermit. It's a kind of like an interesting mix of energies here. And then we have the Queen of Cups, and I think that they're with the progression here, like the kind of story I was seeing, the narrative I was seeing with these cards. You might feel like there's a little bit of pressure to be social, to spend time with other people, to invest time in friendships, to go out, to connect with others, celebrate with other people, and it's not a bad thing. Three of Cups, not a negative message, but with the message, like it being sandwiched in between the Two of Swords and the Hermit here, is giving me the sense that there might be, like the two swords we're trying to figure out which one to take, would be one of them being represented by the Three of Cups and one of them being represented by the Hermit here. And I think that there might be a message. First of all, if somebody is trying to pressure you to go one way or the other, you don't need to pay attention to that. You can be the River Woman and just let it flow over you. That's somebody else. Somebody else's wants and desires, and they don't need to inform what you choose to do. If what they're asking you to do is not in alignment with your greatest good. So again, if you need to take time away from other people, to detach emotionally, Three of Cups also, for me, it's shorthand for friendship. If there's a specific friends group or a specific friend who is being represented on this Three of Cups, who might like really want to spend time with you right now and you're just not in the right energy, then this reading would be, it's okay. It's okay to set a boundary there. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's not something that you need to feel guilty about. So it's, you know, however that resonates for you. Because then we have the Hermit, and the Hermit does talk about taking some time away from people, you know, and a little bit of kind of self-isolation, but it's for a purpose. It's for the purpose of getting in touch with yourself, doing soul searching, doing inner work, achieving a level of insight, maybe doing the things that this card's talking about, like journaling, meditation, self-care, gentle yoga, whatever is helpful for you to really do some like inner work here, inner healing being represented on the Hermit, that might require you to spend time away from social situations and situations with friends. And again, that doesn't make you a bad person or a bad friend. It just means that it's a way for you to take care of yourself in this situation. And in fact, with the next card being the Queen of Cups here, might even be saying, by leaning into the energy of the Two of Swords and the Hermit, taking a break, taking a step back emotionally, you know, knowing that you don't need to be social all the time, that it's okay to set a boundary there if you need to do that, will make you a better friend. It'll, you know, because the Queen of Cups is somebody who is in touch with their feelings, who has that level of insight. You know, if we go through a Hermit mode and go through an evolution, it can put us into the energy of the Queen of Cups. Again, somebody who's emotionally available because she has the energy and bandwidth to connect genuinely with other people in a connection, while also setting and maintaining healthy boundaries around her energy. And I definitely would see you as like this process that you are going through or will be going through is going to lead to you being in the energy of the Queen of Cups. And we do have the Queen and the Woman here, but this is regardless of your gender. It could be a person of any gender just going through this journey here, and the Queen's energy is just talking about a specific energy, maybe embracing the energy of the Divine Feminine, where we can just be being and we don't have to be doing. So yeah, this reading really is talking to me about being given permission to just detach a little bit. And especially if you would recognize, this might not resonate for everybody, but especially if you would recognize maybe there's one person or a couple of people in your life who have made you feel bad about like isolating or pulling back your energy. There is a message, again, you don't need to listen to what this person is saying, because it's coming from their own maybe like unhealed wounds or whatever's going on with them. It's not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of who you are. Because again, like, we can't pour from an empty cup. You know, you need to be able to fill your own cup first so that you can meet people in the energy of the Queen of Cups. You can show up to this celebration, this social time with a full cup, with something to offer, something to give, with energy to share, and with this wisdom and insight that you have gained by taking the time, like giving yourself the time to take a step back, to take a pause, to stand in this river and let it flow over you, and really get in touch with yourself. So definitely I think that's the message of these cards. You know, if we're talking about maybe some imagery here, it's a mushroom themed deck. So definitely, if you've been seeing mushrooms, then I would take this as confirmation here. But there are some other images here. And there's some other flowers as well. In fact, these flowers look like they're the same ones. I don't know what type of flower that is. And then we have, these look like birds of paradise here. It looks like there's a tree here. And this looks like a firefly. like a hand. I guess it's because it's a hermit representing a hand holding a lantern. So like any type of like illumination in the darkness might also be an important motif here. This looks like a seashell to me. So there again, like the river, the water, and anything related to ocean imagery might also be important here. And these remind me where I live currently. All of the dandelions are sending out their white puffballs, and so like when I go for a walk when I've been for a walk in the last couple of days, it's like snowdrifts of these white seeds from these dandelions. So that might also be, and snowdrifts, snow and snowdrifts might also be imagery that you're seeing in your dreams. And there's also these pink flowers might also be important, like and even like lilies, water lilies, lotus flowers, however that resonates for you, might also be imagery that you are seeing in your dreams. And with this card, there might also be a motif where, and with the Two of Swords, feeling like you don't have the right information or all of the information that you need, feeling like there's parts of something that you can't see or you're not seeing clearly. And you know, the message here would be to, you know, to lean into your faith that even if you can't see it, spirit can see it. So you can trust your spiritual guidance. But there might be a theme in your dream about, again, not having all the information or just not knowing what you need or how to move forward with something. There might be, with the Three of Cups, might be some of the themes in your dreams might be about celebrating or being social or parties or going out with people, or specific friends might be showing up in your dreams. With the Hermit, there might be messages about, in particular, mountain imagery, climbing a mountain, or as I said, like illumination in the darkness. I know for myself, one dream that I used to have a lot, particularly as a child, was that it was the time of day when the sun was setting and it was starting to get really dark, and for one reason or the other, I couldn't get to the light switch to turn on the light. And so that I was like, I can't illuminate this situation. I'm not going to be able to see. You know, it was that kind of thing that created anxiety in my dream of like, I just want to reach the light switch and turn the light on, and I'm for whatever reason I can't do that. So that might be something that resonates for you. And then with the Queen of Cups, I would associate this with any type of watery imagery or submersion, being at the beach, and then seashells as well. And with seashells, there might also be a connection to Aphrodite. You know, again, take that however it resonates. So that would be the like motifs, imagery, themes you might be seeing in your dreams. And again, that like the narrative here, like you might have more like story driven or narrative driven dreams where instead of just a random collection of imageries and locations, might be telling a bit more of a story, in which case, again, this would be talking to me about feeling like you need to make a choice or decision, but you might not have all of the information, some celebration or something that has to do with a friend who wants to spend time with you, and then going into a hermit mode, feeling like you need to isolate, and then coming out the other side in the energy of the Queen of Cups, where you've kind of connected with yourself emotionally and feel like, okay, I'm ready now to engage with what's being represented on the Three of Cups. So that's what I would say about that. With that said, I think that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Hopefully it was helpful in some way, insightful in some way, maybe provided some clarity about something that you might be going through. And if you did enjoy it, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below and let me know whether this resonated or not. And if you like my channel, you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and an Etsy store where I'm currently doing private readings. So if you're interested in either of those, the links will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 3, and I do hope to see you in my next video.